Welcome to section 7. In section 7, we'll be discussing the data tab. The data tab helps you to sort out data, filter, clean, and analyze your data. So it's being used when working with large data sets. Here in data tab ribbon, we're starting with the first one here, get external data. So getting external data is if you already have data you prepare in other database or other sources like the Microsoft Access, or you're getting your data from the web or from a test, or maybe from other sources. You can, if it's from Excel, from Access, you can come here and um, import your data to your worksheet. So the next one here is get and transform. So under get this and transform is similar to get external data, but here now you are getting and transforming them. So it's just almost the same. So yeah, new query, you come to your new query. So from file, you go to the where you have the data. Maybe from workbook, you already said before, you save it as CSV or XML or as text, or even in a folder, you can bring them in. From your database, you can still see access here, still have access, still have SQL and Oracle database, IBM DB2 database. So whichever place you have, you from Azure, you can Azure SQL, Azure Marketplace. So anywhere you have your data, come to this new query and bring in your data and start analyzing and visualizing it. So same thing with this. Then from table, if you have a data that is already linked to a particular table you are working on, that's when you go here. You come to from table and you bring in the data. So you can see here and I say where is the data for the table. So you locate the rows or the column where you have the data. So once you input it, you can import your data. Recent sources is recent sources you have visited before or you have used to analyze your data, like the Access, the SQL database, the Azure, Microsoft Azure. So whichever way you have used in analyzing your data recently, you can just come here, recent sources, and if that's what you want to do, you can come there and import them and use it for your data. So let's go over to sort and filter. So in this sort and filter, it helps us to analyze our data and get a better visualization of the data. So in this sort and filter, I have a data set already prepared here that we'll use. So this is the data set I prepared here that we'll use for this practical. So when you come to sort and filter, let me say here, okay, let's start with the names. Here we have John, Mary, Peter, Anna, and then so sort and filter will help you to rearrange these names or even the numbers. Understand? So, but I will not just click here sort and not just click on sort. I'll use the filter so that all the um, columns will have this filter, so that it can be easy for us to um, apply whichever feature that we want directly. So I can select it. So I'm going to select my table and click on this filter here. Okay, no. I will undo. It. So I'm selecting here and I click on filter. So if you watch now, they all have this They all have this drop down button here. You can see they all have it for quantity, for this. So if I come here to name now, I said I click here. You can see my source, right? This sort here, you can see it here now. And you can see other um, functions that I can use. So this is a better way to visualize your data and get a particular result you want. So here now let's start with this sorting. So let's sort A to Z for I think this should be the name I am, right? Yes, let's sort from A to Z and you see um but before that you can see the first name we have here is John Smith. Second name is Mary Johnson, Peter Johnson, Peter Brown, and Nas Davis. So let's sort. Let's sorry, I don't need this one. I already have it here. So let's come here and sort smallest to largest. Um, largest to no. I click on the wrong one. So is this name, this customer name that I want. So sort A to Z, yes. I are watching now. You can see the the initial one was John Smith. So now we have Anas Davis as the first one because it arranged them. It arranged it now in alphabetical order from A to Z. So let's say sort Z to A. Yeah, to rearrange it. So let's still go sort by color. This sort by color is if I have a color, a predefined color for this data set, but I don't have any color. So another thing I want to do here is if I come to this product, I want to select only laptop. Understand? I want to show only uh, um, laptop. So let me see. So these are um, the names, the region, the product, the quantity, units, the order, the payment, the people that purchase only laptop. That's what I want to see. So you can see them. And but when it was all of them were there, when all of them were here, but it may be difficult for you to categorize them, which people have only laptops. So there's no way you will come and separating them or deleting only tablet, but you can visualize here, you come to your products, once you have this filter activated, you say, okay, I want to see only people that bought or that purchased laptop, and these are the people that purchased laptop. You can see them. You can still go back and say, I want to see only the people that purchased phone and tablets, no laptop, just phone and tablet. That's what I want to see. So these are the people that purchased phone and tablets. So um, uh, now even here, you can still come here the same way. You say, okay, I want to see only the people that paid with card. Only people that pay with card. That's what I want to see. So people that pay with with cash. Yes. So you can see people that pay with cash are just three persons pay with cash. So let's put it back the way it was earlier. Come here. I put it back the way it was. So that's for this sort and filter. Let's okay to clear it, to clear the function you selected, you can clear it here. Then to reapply it, understand? You click again to reapply those functions that you have there. Then this is uh, advanced filtering. Advanced filtering. So, but we don't need advanced filtering because we don't every function that we need, we can get them from here. For this particular data set, all the functions that I need for this particular data set, I have them. I have them here. So there's no need to um, go for the advanced sorting. So let's move on to the next one, which is data tools. So in data tools we have text to column, we have remove duplicates, we have data validation. So under text to column, we rearrange. For instance, if we want to use this customer name, text to column, here we have Sarah Taylor. So text to column, assume you want to separate these names here for like first name and last name to be in different column. Here we have them in one column, Sarah Taylor. We just want it to be in different column. So for us to achieve that, we use text to column. So how do we do that? But before we do that, what we're gonna do is we have to insert new column. If not, if we do text to column, it will replace this region here, and that's not what we want. So um we have to insert new column. So in this new column, we call it, so we have to rename this one um customer first name. Customer first name. So here we name this one customer last name. We name this one customer last name. So for us to achieve this now, we have to select here, and we'll come to text to column. So delimited, yes, we want to use this delimited, and we'll click on OK. Then want to use space, yes, I want to use separate with space here. So I click on next, and so here is asking you what you are um what you are sending text to column. Is it you want to use the general feature? You can see this screen lets you select each column and set the data format. So the data format for this now, is it general I want to use, is it text, is it a date, or not import column? So which one do you want? So for the course of this tutorial, I will leave it to general. So I'll just click finish. There is already data here. Do you want to replace? Yes. Okay, so you can see now I have my first name Sarah, my customer first name Sarah, customer last name Taylor. So Sarah Taylor, you can see it now. So text to column will help you to achieve this smoothly. So the next thing we're looking at here is remove duplicates. Yeah, remove duplicates. So in this remove duplicate, it enables you, okay, let's look at the description. It said delete duplicate rows from a sheet. You can pick which column should be checked for duplicate information. So in this remove duplicate, it search these data sets, and if there's any duplicate, it will remove it. So but before using it, let's check if there is duplicate here. Here we have okay, let's put it back from sort A to Z. Okay, now we have other ID 1004 and David South. Okay, you can see we have a duplicate here. Okay, is there any other duplicate? Let's see if we have any other duplicates. Yes, we have another duplicate. This 1006 on Sarah. Yeah, we have another duplicate there. So what we will do now is we click on remove duplicate. You can see when you click on remove duplicate, it selects the data set. So what do you want to do? Um, Remove duplicate. Now, if you know where the duplicate is, you can just select the particular place where you have the duplicate. Assuming the duplicate is not on all the columns. But here, the duplicate is on all the columns because it's using from order down to name and down to payment. You have duplicates there. So, but if the duplicates maybe the tutorial is only on order, so you can just come deselect these ones and leave only the order. But duplicate is on all of them, so I will just leave them the way it is. Though if I still choose only on order, it will still work. So um yeah, so let's do that. So two duplicate values found and removed, 10 unique values remain. So if you check now, we don't have duplicate again. So let me reorder this from smallest to largest. Good. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So with this remove duplicates, you can remove duplicates from your data sets. So let's look at the last one here. Says data validation. So here it says, let's look at the description. It says, pick from a list of rules to limit the type of data that can be entered in a cell. So for example, you can provide a list of values like 1, 2, and 3, or only allow numbers greater than 1000 as valid entry. So this is what it means. Um, we practicalize this with our quantity and payment method. Yes, let's use quantity and payment method. So in this our quantity, we will say go to our data validation and um, go to our data validation and we will say any value. No. So the value that we want here should be whole number. Let's say whole number. Hmm? Value that we want here should be whole number. Good. So between, no between, let's leave it that way. Greater than, no, let's leave it. So minimum, yeah, let's use this one. Let's use this minimum, minimum of 2. Okay, I have 1 here. Minimum of, okay, I have to change it. Let's change it. Let me have 2 here. Let me have 2 here. 2 here. Good. So minimum of 2. Minimum of 2. So come here, whole number, minimum of 2, maximum of 8. So we'll go to the next input message. So in this input message, when cell is selected, show this input message. So I will not use input message here. I'll use it in under payments. I'll use input message under payment. So error alert. So is it stop? Is it warning or is it information? So let's use information. So here now, the title, let me say whole number, whole number. Then what error message will it display? impute a whole number. Input a whole number. Good. So okay it. So here now, if I come here now and type 1 to give message, input a whole number. Have you seen it? Because I set the limit, the minimum is 2, understand? Maximum is 8. So let me put 10, put a whole number because it's wrong. So let me put 5. It's correct. Have you seen it? Good. So that is that. Now let's look at the same thing under payment method. So in this payment method, now I still come to data validation and come to my settings. Any value is not a whole number, is not a decimal, is not a list, is not a date, is a test. Is a test. So in this test, I can't use this function here. So what is the minimum length of the test? Let the minimum length be 4. Yes, let the minimum length be 4, and let the maximum length be 10. Let the maximum length be 10. Then input message. So the input message we'll have here is the input message we have here, let's say input message, let's say card only. Let's say card only, no transfer, assuming that's what we want. You can say card only, no transfer. Yeah. But before then, let's do something like this. We have only our card. So we can do something like this. Good. So data validation. We say card. Say cards only, no transfer. So I come to the error message. I can use warning and the title, no transfer. So error message, you can say, you can put anything as your title. So error message, I can say use only card to pay. Use only card for your payment. So I said okay, click. So you can see I have the message here now. Card only, no transfer. I've seen it. So if I come here now and I impute, say it's transfer. Okay, now what is the maximum length? Okay, the maximum length I use is 10, so that's it. So let me type something like card transfer because the maximum length I use is 7, so it should give me error. Why? Let's see. Maximum length I use is okay. Let's reduce the maximum length so that it will be easy. Let's reduce the maximum length. Let's reduce the maximum length to be Okay, let me clear it first. So it's a test, and maximum length is maximum length is 6. So minimum length is 4. Maximum length is 6. So I said card only. So error message will be use only card for payment. So okay, now card only. So when I come here and put maybe I add cards, what will happen? Okay, use only card for payments. Have you seen it? Good. Use only card for payments because they okay. Let's use transfer. So use only card for payment. Now let's reduce it to maybe car, just like that. So use only card for payment because the minimum input is 4 and the maximum is 6. So let's see. Let's bring back these ones and see what will happen. Good. So because I have only those things on, only the ones that have card. You can see only the ones that have card. That's where those features apply to. So, but I will clear it because I don't need it clear validation circle. I'm clearing it. I don't need it. Okay, clear. So that is that. So the next thing we'll be looking at here is what if analysis. So under what if analysis, let's just read the description. It says try out various values for the formulas in your sheet using scenario manager, go seek and data table. So using go seek and data table for our practical with this our data set. So let's see how it goes. Well, before then, we have to do some calculation here, and we have to put another column here that we'll use for our calculation. So in this our new column, we call here total sales, because once you have your quantity, you have your unit price, so you're supposed to have the total sales. Say total sales. So in this our total sale now. So what will be our total sale? Remember we did calculation in our previous lecture before this one. So what will be our total sale now? The total sale will be quantity times unit price will give us our total sales. So how do we start? Remember in Excel calculation, you start with an equal sign. So we have our equal sign now. So we have here F4 times G4. So I can type F4 times G4, or I just select this and click on the multiplication sign and select this and enter. So this is my answer. 2400 is the answer that I got. So the same way you click and drag so that it will do other calculations for you. Yeah, you click and drag to get other calculation done. Good. So now that I have this, remember what we want to do here is our goal seek and our data table. So our goal seek is it helps us to analyze our table using the what if analysis. So what if there is a change in quantity? What will happen? What if there's a change in units? What will happen? What if there's a change in units and quantity? What will happen? So for us to practicalize the goal seek and the data table, let's start with the goal seek. So for instance, for the goal seek now, I want to know what will be the total cell if the quantity, if the unit, sorry, what will be the quantity if the total cell is 6,000? Yes. What will be the quantity if the total cell is 6,000? So let me say, let's do that. So come here, come to total cell for John, for John Smith. So we'll select, we'll come to the what if, go to seek. Yeah, we already have our set cell will be H4, yes. Then value we're looking for, we'll say 6,000. And by changing cell, by changing the quantity, by changing, that is F4, by changing F4. So what will happen? Say okay. So for us, for okay, we accept it. So for us to get total cell of 6,000, our quantity will be 5. As still our unit price 1,200, our quantity will be 5. So let's do the same thing in let's do the same thing in Sarah Taylor. That is um that is this is H9. So let's see. So what if, yeah, H9 total value. So what value with okay, we're looking for 6, let's say 8,000. Let's say 8,000 by changing cell. So if quantity, what would be our quantity if our total cell, which is 920, for our total cell to be 8,000? You know, our initial total cell is 920. So what quantity will give us 8,000? So that is what we have here. So what will be, by changing cell, will be F9, by changing cell F9. So okay, it's good. So 17.3913 will give us 8,000. So with that, you have know how to use the goal seek now. So let's look at data table. So on our data table, let's just read the description here that we have here on our data table. It said, see the result of multiple inputs at the same time. So I know the description is not clear, but as we are doing it together now, you understand it. So, but in data table, what you're trying to want to see the difference in quantity or the difference in both quantity and units. So how does the changes in quantity affects the total sale, or how does the changes in both quantity and unit price affects the total sale? Understand? So that's what we are looking at here. In DeepSeek, we are looking at if total sale is 6,000, what will be the quantity? Well, that's what we look at. We did in DeepSeek. If total sale is 10,000, what will be the if total sale is 10,000, what would be the quantity? So if total sale is 8,000, what will be the quantity? So that's what we did in DeepSeek. But in data table, we are looking at how the changes in quantity alone will affect total sale, or how the changes in both quantity and unit price will affect the total sale. So let's do the practical. So here now we have, let's start with the quantity. We have, let me say, assuming quantity, we have two, um, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let me say something like this. 10, 12. Assuming this is the quantity. This is the quantity that we have, and um, we want to know how the difference in quantity alone affects our unit cell. So what we'll do here now is, um, what is our unit cell? What is the calculation for our unit cell? Our unit cell is equal to, um, what we have here is H4, and H4 times, sorry, our unit cell is it's not H4, is F4 times G4 times G4. That is our unit cell. So when we have our unit cell here, the next thing we'll do is we select everything here. We select everything here and come to this data table. I come to our data table. Now you leave the one that says row input. You go to column input, because what we are doing here is column. This is what we are doing. It's on column. It's not on row. So what we are doing here is column. Understand? The quantity is column. So which column are we working on? So we are working on um we are working on that is F4. Yeah, we are working with F4. So we'll say F4, and then so select OK. Good. You can see it. They have calculated everything. So by 2, if our quantity is 2, we have 2,400. If our quantity is 4, our unit price will be 4,800. Then if our quantity is sorry, our total. Then if our quantity is that is calculating with this first one. I don't know if you understand. It's calculating with the unit price I have here, this first unit, because that's what I use. I use this first unit price to do the calculation. So for you to get it right now, I have to make all the unit price here to be the same thing. You understand? I have to make all the unit price here to be the same, because I'm calculating with this alone. I'm asking for this one here. That is a H4. So that's the one I'm using to calculate H4. So if if the quantity I have here is 2, in this H4, this first one, if the quantity I have is 2, the total cell will be 2,400. If it's 4, it will be 4,800. If it's 6, it will be 7,200. And if it's 12, it will be 14,400. You understand? So let's see if we have 12 here and what will happen. Okay. You know, the restriction I put is still there. You put a whole number. Okay, so I put it back. No, we put restriction here earlier, data validation, to restrict it to two lowest, right? Yes, that's what we use there. And for a whole number, and the minimum is 2, right? Okay, so that is that. Now let's check the difference in total if quantity and unit price change. So what will be the difference in quantity if, sorry, in total sale, if quantity and unit price change? The one I just did now is only on quantity. If quantity change, what will be the difference in total sale? And for one particular row, that's what I did. So it doesn't affect all these ones. If I want it to affect all this one, I will do for each one. I will do it for each one of them. So, but for this one, I want to do now is if quantity and unit price change, what will be the total sale? So let's come down here on another. Uh, let's come down here and do that one. Let's come down here. So let's say our our unit price is okay. Let me use the unit price that we have here. Yeah, let me use the unit price that we have here. We have we have 300. We have 450, but I'm not going to type all of them. Um, we have 1,200, and let me end it with maybe 1,500. Understand? Or uh, or better still, let me just copy our unit price. Let's sit here. Then copy our quantity. Sorry, our quantity. I will copy our quantity. Let's sit here. Okay. This is now what I want. Okay, let me just type it. We have 5. We have 5. Sorry, we have 3. We have 3. We have 2, 3, 3. Okay. So without wasting of our time, I have to pause the video and then input the data myself. So the one we have here is our unit price, and these are our quantity. You can see here our unit price 1, 2, 300, and so forth and so on. And these are our quantity here. So we want to know if there is a change in quantity and unit price, how will it affect the total? So that's what we want to use the data table now to know. So the same thing we did when we when we checked for only quantity, change the quantity. That same thing we will do here. So what we'll do now is we'll come exactly here and impute our calculate for our total cell. And formula for our total cell is equal sign um, G4. Yeah, we're using the first one. We're using the first one. G4 times F4 times G4. F4 times G4. That is our um, that is the formula for our total cell. So we are using it now to calculate to know the difference. So we have to select everything here. Yes, we have to select everything here and go to what tip analysis, go to our data table. Now, our rows. So what do we have as our row? In row input, we have our under row input, we have our quantity. So which is F4. Which is F4. Yeah. Then under column input, we have our unit price, which is G4. So we enter. Good. So this is what we have. So if there is, so in this data now, if there is a change, so let me say I want to remove this because it's not part of our data set. So yeah, let me remove it. Here is our unit price. This is our unit price, and this is our total. We are selecting and merge. This is our quantity. This is our quantity. So here now, if our unit price is 1,200, so if our quantity is 5, we have 600, we have 6,000. Then the same thing, unit price 1,002, okay, 6,000. If our unit price, our quantity is 3, we have 3,600. So that same way, if our unit price is 310 and we have 2, so our total price will be 620. So that's just it. So that's just, this is how to calculate the for the data sets. Sorry, data table. So the next thing we have here is a forecast sheet. I'm not going to touch that one, but let's just read the description. Say create a new worksheet to predict data trends. Preview different forecast options before generating your visual forecast worksheet. So if you are looking at data trends, so that's when you use this forecast sheet. So group, ungroup, and subtotal. So here just for you to group. Assume you have 2 tables here, or I can group this and this. So that's just what we will do for the group by selecting this table and select this other table and group it. The same thing here on group it, you select the 2 table and on group. So with this now we have come to the end of this our Excel tutorial on section 7 data tab. So the next thing we'll be looking at now is review and view. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, do it to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that whenever we upload new courses, you will be among the first to see it. And remember, all these courses are free of charge. Just go and learn. Just go and learn and try to share with your friends and relatives so that they will benefit as well. Thank you.